When I discussed this conference with Zlatko, I wanted to attend the conference, but unfortunately, because of the European duties of the Bosnian chairman of the presidency, I had to be in Strasbourg, because we, like a country, we are now faced with a new challenge to be the chairman of Council of Europe. And according to the information which I have, we are doing that quite well. So typically in Bosnia, if we decide to do something, we can do that. Pope visit was very good, created a picture about the Bosnia better than we are. We are quite good in chairing the Council of Europe, and all the officials are happy. So, but the real challenge for us is to make the Bosnian society like a normal society. And still we are not so good in that, and we have to work very hard to create this society like a normal, typical European society. That depends on us, not on the others. The others can help us, and I just recently had a very good meeting with the 3 presidents and with the former Prime Minister of Greece. What are our challenges? Honestly speaking, there are 3 or maybe even 4 different views of Bosnia. One which will say, I will not nominate. One will say Bosnia without the entities if it's possible. Another approach is independent entities if it's possible. Third approach is third entity if it's possible. And fourth is something which I call, quote, extreme civic approach, one man, one vote. And the real problem of this country is how to find the balance between the identity of each people and the common values. And those who will find this fine-tuning will find solution for this country. I think that the people of Bosnia and Herzegovina, they expect that, and they're a little bit tired of the conflicts. Really tired, and they expect a better future. Political elite still, I believe, doesn't understand that completely well. The first sign of that was protest last year. The main reason for these protests were not political, not ethnical. The main reason for these protests was basically request of the people to have a better life, more normal life, more jobs. And I believe that this is, for me, it was encouraging that there is a shift from some values to some other values. And because of that, I am very much supportive for the new European initiative, which put exactly those issues like a main priority and put aside the issues where we disagree. And we have to work very hard on that. We have to overcome all difficulties, and we have to be tough on that, and we have to continue with that. We have to insist on that, because I don't see alternative. If the new initiative will fail, I don't see any new on the horizon for the next at least 10 years. And the people of this country will be lost if we don't use this opportunity, which if we have to use this opportunity which we have now. And we have to do our best, all. NGOs, politicians, all of us, we have to create a public pressure on the decision makers to do that. For first time, even Europe is more serious than before. I was witness when 10 years ago, key political figures in Europe said, after the Croatia, no more enlargement. For years, meaning decades. At the same time, we were pressed to do some reforms, and at that time, the political leaders of the different countries said, you have to do that in order to be in the EU. And we knew that there is no chance to be in the EU. So it was a complete mess. Now, with this new initiative, I think even Brussels is a little bit more serious than before. We are a little bit more serious than before, and I hope that there will be final outcome. Because in a broader context, the difficulties of Bosnia will be less relevant. The differences within the Bosnia will be less relevant, and we will find a way to find solutions. If we are isolated, the future of this country is again conflicts, blaming the other side for my difficulties, other division, and we don't need that. I will do my best, and I think that we slowly create momentum, political momentum for that, maybe not completely still, but we are close to that. And from that point of view, I'm very thankful for Zlatko and to all of you to come here and to bring us here, again, same values. And I very much encourage all of you to continue to be involved, to continue to come, and to continue to help us to create this new political environment. I believe that this is possible, and our plan is, if we succeed in making agreement about the reform agenda next week, week after, I think that we will be close to that situation. Then we have to implement that in the next 9 months or year. After that, we will solve the problem of something which we call coordination mechanism. So this is the mechanism how we can come to the single position within us, taking into account all these different levels of the governments. Then we will have credible conditions to apply for the membership. We will not have positive answer immediately, but if we implement famous Sejdić-Venci case, I think we will have, after that, positive answer. And then the new situation for Bosnia, much more positive, will be there. So this is the main goal, and I think that we have to continue with that. I will do my best to continue with that. I see a lot of possibilities for the citizens of this country, because any other alternative, I even don't want to think about that in a context of the lack of the investments, in the context of the lack of the jobs, in the context of the lack of the vision, in the context of the lack of the common values, then I'm quite worried about the stability in this country. So hope to see you in Sarajevo again. Hope that you will continue to support us. And again, thank you to Zlatko, whom I know for years, maybe too many years, which means that maybe, you know, it's time also for us a little bit to visit some other places, also to share the common values, but we have to continue. This is our responsibility for all of us, and thank you for coming here and to supporting us. Thank you very much.